What's up, everybody? Welcome back to None Other Top 10 show. Going back to the old roots here with Trace Couch Patchen, and we are doing just two of us today.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little different. We'll see if it goes faster. I don't know.
I feel like the last time when it was just me and you, it still was pretty
Yeah.
hectic.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But we want to thank everybody who's been watching Film Eat Film or listening to Film Eat Film. We're going to have another one coming on Friday, which hopefully will drop this weekend. So stay tuned for that. We got Joey J. Neemi stepping back up to the plate after his defeat to DZ Gumbert. And we'll see if the newcomer Colin Wells can knock him off. I know he comes up with high opinions about a lot of things. So I think expect some daggers to be thrown there.
It's always fun.
But anyways, obviously Alice Through the Looking Glass dropped last weekend.
Yeah.
So in honor of Johnny Depp, not really his more recent endeavors, but most of his other films, we've come back to honor him a little bit and do Not Another Top 10 show best Johnny Depp films. So as everyone should know by now, at least everyone listening should know, is we take our topic and we go ahead and make our own top 10 lists. When we come back together, we go through our 5 through 1. Now, the catch is if we have a similar film within our top 5, we will actually go back into our 6 through 10 and grab the next highest or lowest, whichever is next numerically, and replace it with the film that is on 2 lists. So, without further ado, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I can go first.
Sure, drop it.
All right, cool. So, starting my list off, I just have to forewarn the plethora of listeners out there that I like looking at this Johnny Depp list. I haven't seen a lot of his high profile films, so I'm reaching a bit, but I feel like I still have a solid 5. So hopefully I don't have to dig into my 6 through 10. But all right, for 5 we're gonna do Blow. Good?
All right, yeah, Blow's good.
All right, Blow. Just really, I mean, I was going in the movie. I pushed it off for a while, and then I went into it with, I don't know, mediocre expectations. I mean, I heard decent word of mouth from it, and I actually was really surprised with just his performance and just the overall feel of the movie. It was a great story of George Young, a real true story about him, and his, I guess, descent into, selling cocaine and distributing cocaine. And I thought Johnny Depp's quirkiness, and then I actually looked. There was like a documentary that followed about George. I actually watched that, and he channels the guy pretty well. I actually became really close friends with him after the fact of filming the movie and stuff. And did you know the director died from an accidental cocaine overdose?
Really?
Like right after the movie?
I'm looking at his IMDb page.
Ted Demi?
Yeah. I think this guy did a phenomenal documentary called A Decade Under the Influence.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an IFC release, and it goes through the 70s films and the 70s filmmakers and 70s main stars. It's a great documentary.
I really want to see that.
It was at the school library when I was in college, so I checked it out, and it was awesome. But looking at most of his other movies,
doesn't have a whole lot to...
No, there's nothing really there.
I mean, he was kind of in the early phases of his career, unfortunately, before he died. So, I mean, other than that documentary, which I haven't seen, Blow's the only one that really rings.
Blow for me is tough because I watched it at such a young age. See,
right.
Like, my parents never were super restrictive as to what I could watch. But when I watched Blow, I was just so bored. I didn't really understand what was going on because I was...
Right.
What year did that
2001.
Yeah, so I'm 11 years old watching this movie, and it's like I have no idea really what's going on.
Right.
And it really turned me off from the movie, and not only that, but then going and hearing the hype about Blow and just sort of what it's about, it never caught me. it never pulled me back in.
Yeah.
Which I was like, someday I'll see it again and I'll probably love it.
Right, and that was my problem with watching it in the first place. I mean, I don't care about a guy who decides to start selling cocaine, you know what I mean? But it was pretty compelling. Got a cool non-comedic role from Paul Rubens in there too.
That's right, yeah.
So,
yep, I remember him being in there too.
Yeah, so that's always fun. All right, so that was my number 5. All right, my number 4, I'm sure it might be a little higher. Who knows? But Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, yeah, I got that higher. Good luck.
All right, so I'll be grabbing from my number 6, which we talked before the podcast, and it is acceptable, Platoon.
All right.
If this wasn't, specifically a Johnny Depp episode, this movie would be higher, because I really do love this movie a lot.
No, we haven't talked about it.
And and because it didn't make the cut for the war films that we did.
That's right, because it's
1989.
Yep.
It was like 86.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. But this movie, just going into it, it's got a great cast. You got Willem Dafoe, Tom Berenger, right?
Yep, Berenger. Yeah, he's the main bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, he starts off as like their commanding officer. I think. God, my phone is not working. What is going on?
Sergeant Barnes.
And then it's just really his descent into madness during Vietnam War.
Yep.
Charlie Sheen too is in there.
Yeah.
Obviously young Johnny Depp. So it's got a great cast. Oliver Stone directs it.
Big anti-war guy.
Yeah, super anti-war guy, and I think that's the point of it's more about the Tom Berenger's character and his platoon going against them, and the turn of being a soldier to this evil entity than the actual war itself. Right. And I think that's the point of what he's trying to make in this film, which I thought was executed excellent. And that Willem Dafoe scene is just it sticks in your mind.
The platoon was shot by Robert Richardson, which should be, for all those Tarantino fans, should be a name that rings a bell, because I believe he was nominated for Django Unchained for cinematography in there, which
wow.
It's odd because I don't ever think of Tarantino movies as being super visually pleasing.
Right.
It's more of that snappy dialogue, but more and more as he gets, as I get older and he gets older, it's starting to be a little bit more fun watching his stuff.
Oh, absolutely. In Hateful Eight, you can tell for sure. I mean, there's a lot of cinematic chops in there. But yeah, so Platoon, great, film in general, let alone war film, let alone Johnny Depp film.
I love the sort of two sides of the penny, or the two sides of the coin that you have, almost sort of a Batman reference between between Berenger and Dafoe. You have Dafoe, who's sort of this this free living kind of, he's got like that opium den almost that he builds over in Vietnam, and then you have Berenger, who's a little bit more by the book until the dude goes mad and shoots his own guy.
Yeah.
But it's a visually pleasing movie to watch, and it's just a different glimpse of Vietnam War movies that you've seen in the past, from Kubrick, and then you see Forrest Gump gets into it a little bit later down the line, and I'm missing probably a million others.
Yeah,
but
honestly, I haven't feel like there's really been a whole lot since. Like, again, I'm probably missing some, but I really can't think. Was the Thin Red Line, that wasn't Vietnam, was it?
No, I think that was World War II. I think that was
so.
Somewhere in the Pacific.
Yeah, so I can't really think of
the Japanese
World War or Vietnam ones, but yeah, that's my replacement for 4. So
awesome. Number 5 for me is Donnie Brasco.
Okay,
good.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Like I told you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of, there's not much you can really tie a bow around this movie quickly. And actually, I have a fun story of how I actually got to watching the movie. I went to a pawn shop. You gotta love the pawn shops. Bought a movie. I can't even remember. It was probably some garbage movie like Sugar Hill or something.
Oh, was it like a split 2-piece one?
Well, no, it wasn't even split. Oh. Like, they just had 2 discs in the same thing. So, like, I pull this out. I open it up, and it's like Donnie Brasco. I was like, dude, they didn't even give me the right movie. And then I pull out pull out the Donnie Brasco disc and look behind, and then it's like, I don't know, I can't remember what the movie was.
Sure.
We'll just say Sugar
Hill.
There. And I was like, oh my god, oh no, it's here. Sweet, 2
for
for 1, yeah. So I had to find like a little sleeve and put it in.
Yeah.
But I actually ended up liking Donnie Brasco a ton.
Yeah.
And ended up watching it a couple of times. For me, it's one that I can't really go back to too often because I think it is a little bit somewhat of a slow burn. It's like 2 hours long or something, but feels a little longer than that.
2 hours and 7 minutes, yep.
But it's it's Depp and Pacino together, which I think is an awesome pairing.
It is.
It's Depp getting into the mob, and what happens is he loses touch with his own family in favor of this double life with the mob. He's connecting more with mob life than he is to being a husband and a father to his wife and kids, which is a good play because you get some good drama both ways. I mean, he's walking a tightrope when he's in the mob, and then when he's at home, he's walking on eggshells because he doesn't know kind of how to react or act around young kids and all that.
He's getting pulled to 2 different lifestyles.
Right,
that's good.
Yeah, I think just the life with him and then Lefty, who is Pacino, and how they click together, and Pacino's character is one that's a little bit different than what we've seen in mob movies because he is kind of like a down on his luck, mob boss where you usually see them and they're at the height of their, the pinnacle of their career or existence, and he's not. He gives them a card one time for Christmas during the movie, and it has a bunch of money in it. They just exchange cards, basically just handing money to each other. And he then asks Donnie Brasco for the money back. So he gives him the money and then just asks, "Hey, can I have that back?"
Yeah.
So
it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah. I think Donnie Brasco. Yeah, and then the ending is great. When I'm not gonna ruin it, but the ending is really touching because you feel for these people that you shouldn't really feel for, and he sort of humanizes them in a way that you wouldn't normally get from a mob movie.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Yep.
Definitely makes me want to watch it.
4, Finding Neverland.
Again, I've never seen that. See you telling you,
man. I think this film is highly underrated.
Is this the one about the guy that wrote Peter Pan, right?
Right, yeah. Yep. So just giving a background of me, I've always loved the story of Peter Pan. Okay. I remember being in like 1st grade, I think, and seeing Peter Pan in school, and just like, boom, first thing on my Christmas list that year was Peter Pan. I remember getting it on VHS. I was just so stoked. So that was awesome, and I've still have such a great love for this story. So going and finding this movie, Finding Neverland, and I had no expectations going in, which probably helped my case. But like I said, I think it's highly underrated, and if it isn't underrated, it just gets lost sort of in the fold of movies coming out. But Depp portrays a man that he's sort of hit a writer's block. He's a playwright, and his last play has bombed, and he has to go back to the drawing board and become, kind of show his true character. And he meets Kate Winslet and her 4 kids, and she's a widow, and they go and he just starts hanging out with these kids and make-believing with these kids and playing with these kids, and it's great because the first thought that comes to my mind before I saw the movie is like an older man playing with kids. And they actually talk about that in the movie. Like, people are talking, man. You're hanging out with a widow and you're hanging out with kids. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. But I think it's a great portrayal from Depp, who, is this Scottish playwright, and he has to use the accent. But I think Mark Forster directs him so well, giving him a softer tone of voice and being a soft-spoken man. So you're not focused on his accent so much as just his body language and the way he interacts with the kids, which I thought was superb. And, the odd chemistry that Depp and Winslet has is awesome for 2 actors who are usually used to such different genres.
Right.
But they hit it off really well, and like I said, Forrester directs Depp with really good precision.
It's yeah, I mean, it's cool to look at, like, especially Johnny Depp. I mean, you're looking at his movies from like when he started, and as he goes on, really becomes a character actor, and like just, I mean, almost around the lines of like shit. Of course, I'm gonna forget his name right now. Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Why can't we? Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. There you go.
Got it. Didn't
Good
even have to
pull.
look it up.
Good pull.
But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, somebody who kind of immerses himself in the role, and you kind of forget it's him sometimes.
Well, it's so easy to sort of peg this guy for what he's done recently, but you go back and look at the different roles that he's playing. A Scottish playwright, an undercover agent dealing with the mob, different
cocaine dealer.
Cocaine dealer,
like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And roles that we haven't even hit on yet.
Yeah,
so.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and like you said, Under the Radar movie, it really was, but like, it was nominated for Best Picture. It was nominated for a ton of Oscars.
And that's what I feel. That's why I can't say it's underrated, because nobody's watched it.
I think it's to the public.
Yeah.
It's underrated because I mean, I've heard of the movie, but
right.
it really did go under the radar.
And it took me a long time. When did that come out?
2004.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say 2003, but yeah, 2004, and I probably picked it up. 2004, easily probably 10 years down the line.
Right.
But maybe not. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. But
but still,
5 to 10 years after it comes out is still a decent amount of time for a movie that's been nominated for Best Picture. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think and I think the film being about this guy trying to create this play, it keeps the viewer enthralled by adding, scenes of imagination in the live action. So like he'll be playing with the kids, but he's not just playing. It's almost like Rugrats, you know?
Oh, okay, cool.
When they make believe, but they're not just in their playpen. They're actually out on the high seas or doing something or other, and they're actually make believing, and it's kind of cool like that.
That's really cool, actually.
And the payoff in the end is just heartbreakingly beautiful. So I go back to it time and again. There's deep emotion, good drama between Winslet and his wife, who I forget what her name is.
One of these two?
Radha Mitchell.
Radha Mitchell. Oh yeah, she was in Pitch Black.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen her before and I couldn't remember. I couldn't put a.
She's like one of those actresses that's in a lot of like pretty deep, like Silent Hill, Man on Fire.
Silent Hill.
The Darkness. Yeah, but
I was gonna say horror, and that would make sense. But yeah, cool. Finding Neverland for me at 4.
Awesome. All right, so 3 for me. I'm gonna go with Sleepy Hollow.
Same.
Let's talk about it. Let's see how. I mean, obviously you have the combo of him and Burton, Tim Burton.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know. I feel like this was a little bit. I don't know. It was like, I feel like it's the last dark, almost gothic movie that they did together, and then he started doing like films like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and he's doing these a little bit more colorful films, right? Like post 2000.
It's perfect for Burton's world because you can take the story of Sleepy Hollow and turn it into that sort of dark, damp-looking movie, whereas a person who I really enjoy the story.
Oh, absolutely.
The short story by Washington Irving, and I love the Disney version, which is really colorful, and even just the story itself it explains these beautiful rolling hills and stuff, but I can still take it in this way that Burton's giving us,
and he still does it in a manner where he keeps the quirkiness of Ichabod Crane with Johnny Depp's performance. You get another great, relationship duo with him and Christina Ricci's character.
And I'm not a huge Ricci fan. I liked her in Casper.
Well, the only reason she was like my Pink Power Ranger when I was growing up. She was the biggest crush I
Really?
had. Oh, Christina Ricci from Casper.
For me, it was Thora Birch, dude.
Thora Birch
from Hocus Pocus.
From
man.
Hocus. All right, hey.
But then again, I changed with the winds, dude. Like,
yeah.
I was big on
but yeah,
Elizabeth Shue, who was like 20 years older than me.
All right. Yeah,
but
Christina Ricci was mine. So like this movie was, oh wow, cool. Christina Ricci. We got Johnny Depp. We have Sleepy Hollow. Christopher Walken as the Headless Horseman. I mean, that's great right there.
And a great cameo by Christopher Lee as well, who was the judge.
Just very very quickly in the beginning of the film. It's like you pretty much nailed it on the head. It's a perfect world for Tim Burton to do. And I think he excels at it. Really one of my favorite Burton films overall, let alone Johnny Depp film.
And I think it gets a little bit of a liberty because of the fact I'm so into the story. You could probably, it's like kind of Tom and Huck. I love Tom Sawyer. I love Huckleberry Finn.
Yep.
You could feed me that garbage that Disney fed with Tom and Huck.
Yep.
I still love the world though. You know what I mean? Like I think the movie is not good. But the characters, I just buy into that story so well that, and then you get a little bit of the nostalgic factor to it, so it makes it watchable. But for this movie, can you name the cinematographer on this film without looking?
I kind of.
Emmanuel Lubezki.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He shot this movie, which
that's surprising.
Yeah, it's good, but I think Depp as Ichabod Crane, I love. It's almost what, and I might be stretching here, so call me out if I am.
Okay.
It's almost what his Willy Wonka should have been, a little bit more of like that smart ass.
Yes.
Kind of.
Thank you.
Wise.
Did you like his Willy Wonka, like that movie?
No, I thought he put forth kind of a
too much. Yeah, like it was a too much.
But how can you top Wilder?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's impossible to top Gene Wilder in that.
Right.
Role,
so.
for sure.
Yeah,
but I agree. It should have been toned down a little bit more. It should have been it should have been his Ichabod Crane kind of.
And then you have Burton's take on sort of those dreams, which to me, for the first million times I watched the movie, I had no idea what those dreams were about. I didn't realize it was his mom. I didn't realize his dad was the one who convicted her of witchcraft and then threw her in that thing. It's like. Sometimes I don't understand the things that he's saying a little bit, but now I finally get it. So like that to me is it kind of plays in more, and it spins the reasoning behind his personality, how he's kind of standoffish and really skeptical of different things, but also kind of superstitious as well.
Right.
Like
absolutely.
Because Ichabod in the book and the Disney animated version is super. He's super. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like a scaredy cat almost.
Yeah, he's afraid, but he's also Come on, I just said the freaking word.
That's my whole day today.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
I can't grab those words.
Oh man, superstitious. That's
there you go.
So he's really superstitious, throwing salt over his shoulder and walking not underneath the ladder but around the ladder.
Right, and I think those are the best quirks that you give to the character. I mean, you already know he's an oddball in this world and already.
Yeah.
And then you give him these little quirks and then you give him that backstory, those flashbacks, and it really makes you like, okay, well, I kind of understand where he's coming from a little bit. You know what I mean?
Do you buy the storyline of like the lady? Spoiler alert! I mean, this movie's been. When does this come out? 2000.
Or actually, I think it was 99.
It was
99.
Yeah. So 99. So spoiler alert here.
Yeah.
But did you buy her the stepmom
being the one
controlling it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I liked it. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because it brings the whole movie full circle with the two girls in the woods with the Headless Horseman and stuff like that.
And he made the Horseman real. He took a stance because the short story and some of the other takes on it is, well, is it Bron Bones or is it real? Is it a real ghost story?
Right,
so,
exactly.
A lot of the times it leads to just being a hoax, but I think I like the stance on Burton making the Headless Horseman an actual entity instead of just him being,
I feel like, especially in the world he created for this movie, I feel like it would make I mean, it would take away from it almost. You know, if it turned out to be a big Scooby-Doo episode.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pulling the mask off.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but there is that great battle that I like that he made Brom Bones sort of a decent character.
Yeah,
in the sense that he was kind of a badass.
Yeah,
but
he was a badass. He had, actually some moments, to him. Like, it wasn't just a cut and dry character. You had some feelings put in there, at least. Some emotions. So.
And young Masbeth, you have that pulled up. Who is that guy?
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I don't know. His name doesn't. Oh yeah, no, I've seen him before.
Yeah, I liked him as sort of his second-hand man to Ichabod. But yeah, I think Christina Ricci is somewhat tolerable. I don't get this part when she's going all witchcraft and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it adds...
I think it was trying to throw you for a loop, really.
That's a great point. Yeah, it was. And then it also kind of connects to his relationship with his mother, too.
Exactly.
So... Yeah,
it's a really great movie. It really is.
I love it, man. I've been eyeing up that Sleepy Hollow T-shirt on eBay for a while now.
Man, that's all I want is just movie T-shirts.
Oh,
Kaylin won't let me do it.
Really?
She's like, you have a limit. You got to get some nice shirts. I'm like, no, movie T-shirts, please.
That's Allie. No offense to Kaylin.
Yeah,
Kaylin, we love you.
We love you guys.
Dude, that's my wardrobe. It's the greatest thing ever. Is just. I want to throw on a Batman shirt today. Yeah. I'm gonna throw on a Batman shirt.
We'll put on a Raiders Star Wars shirt. Let's do it.
So that's good. Keep supporting our habits, ladies, because we love it.
All right, so that was my number 3 and your number 3. So my number 2 is What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
It's lower on my list, but it didn't make my list.
Okay, cool. So I mean, this movie, it's going back really one of his first leading roles. But this movie, in a nutshell, is one that I grew up watching. Probably one of my first Johnny Depp experiences. And I love this movie. I mean, it really is hard to put it so high, like we were talking before, because of Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in the movie. It just stole the whole show.
Right.
Like, the kid, Leo was like 20, 21 when he made the movie. First time Oscar nom. Super surprised he didn't get it. I don't remember who he's up against, but still, nonetheless, that's to this date one of his best performances, my opinion.
Did he get nominated for his role in what the hell is that movie called? With he was with De Niro.
Oh,
I wonder if he did or not.
Here, I'm looking at his list.
But either way, I think
this was his first one. It was Gilbert Grape, and then he didn't get nominated again until 2000, over 10 years later for The Aviator.
Oh yeah, he got screwed for Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh, I playing on my heartstrings. He's a heartthrob. So,
yeah.
I mean, whatever.
He was so dreamy. I mean, what other?
Hey, boys wanted to be him, girls wanted to be with him.
I named my dog after him.
Really?
Because I wanted to be my beagle dog was Jack Dawson.
Jack Dawson,
yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I mean, it really rings. I mean, like I said, watched it when I was a kid, loved it. Based on Leo's performance, but I mean, Johnny Depp does a pretty good job in it too, displaying the son who lost his father, has to raise his family, his handicapped brother, his obese mother, and be the father figure when he doesn't want to be. He wants to be a kid. He wants to be do his own thing in life. But this is the hand he was dealt, and it really, you can resonate and you can relate to his feelings of wanting to escape, but also wanting to be there for his family.
Right.
And then,
I was just gonna say, you hit it right on the head, man. When you said he wants to escape, and that outside world is sort of beckoning on him, but he has enough respect for his family that I gotta stay and take care of them before, and I think that's why he latches on to Juliette Lewis's character so much, because she's like sort of this, this outsider who's come in.
She's a traveler with her family. Yeah, they get to go wherever they want.
Right. She's been numerous places before, and could you see that he's bored with his life? And the greatest part, I think, about Gilbert Grape, and I don't like it as much as a lot of other people do. I still thought it was a good movie, but I think one of the greatest things that movie does is that it shows Depp's character as a true human being.
Yeah.
I mean, he has flaws, and you see him, and it shows.
He takes it out on his brother.
Right.
I mean, the bath scene, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he
forgets his brother, or ditches him, right? Yeah.
And then he creates that water fear, and then when he just loses it and starts slapping him, and him having to come back from that. But I think it's really truthful in the way, because they have such a tight bond. Depp and DiCaprio, is that he can just come back, and Arnie can just forgive him like that.
Right.
Give him a couple slaps, and then and then he's
but
all
still,
back.
I mean, yeah, like, it's a really good choice instead of making him, to be this. I mean, not making him a bad guy, but like at least giving him these flaws that almost anybody in their right mind who had to deal with the things that this character is going through would eventually cave and do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it really is a good story, and it resonates with the feeling of you wanting to escape, to do more with yourself, but the responsibilities you have in life hold you back. So I mean, I think it's a good story.
How about that scene with the mom going up the stairs?
Oh yeah,
and then finally reaching some sort of goal, of some sort of past self, and then it being over. I thought it was a very poetic moment.
They all share it too. Right. I mean, it's just not even just her; it's the whole family. Yeah. Because she's been sitting in that seat on the couch for so long that the house is caving in. Like, but yeah, it is a good moment. It's a good moment.
I told my brother yesterday, we were watching Inside Out, and I don't know how it came up that John C. Reilly. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He is in that movie, isn't he?
And I said, dude, John C. Reilly, Trace is John C. Reilly.
I'm John C. Reilly?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
I'll take it.
What the hell were we... How is it that... Maybe it was a commercial. It was a commercial for Wreck-It Ralph, I think. Okay. And that's why it was on. That's why I had said something. And then he's like, yeah, when he does this, or no, we were listening to our podcast, the Star Wars Characters podcast.
Sure.
And yeah, he was like, oh yeah, I could see that. So yeah, anybody out there, John C. Reilly and Trace Patchen, definitely.
All right, I'll take it. Hey, that's a compliment to me.
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. So that's my number 2. Oh wait, one really. I mean, we didn't talk about spoiler, the mom death scene.
Oh yeah.
And in Leo's performance, like that.
Oh yeah.
That like brings me to tears. How like emotional the scene is, but how like authentic his performance is. It's just like because it's insane.
Right, because he doesn't even know. I don't think he grasps that she's dead. Yeah. It's like that he broke her somehow.
Exactly.
And then he's out in the yard hitting himself in the head and stuff, and it's like, yeah, and then on top of that, the way Depp reacts to it in his own different way. First peering out the window and then going down in the basement, destroying stuff, and then being like, she's not gonna get laughed at, and we're just gonna torch the place.
Yep.
And
they're not gonna have to. They're not gonna crane her out. We're gonna just torch the house down.
Yep. So, which is, I mean that, and I think in a whole, you kind of look at it from an outside perspective, and they're just getting rid of all those crappy feelings. Their dad hung himself in there.
Yep.
Their mom was basically a prisoner in that house, and then they're all kind of forced to be stuck in that house, and they're just burning down the prison and moving on.
It's a good ending.
Yeah.
It's a fitting ending.
Yep.
Cool. All right, that's all I got to say for it. You're number 2.
So we had the same number 3. So does that mean I get to add one, or do I have to move to 2?
I thought previously we just.
So we'll move to 2.
If you want to add one.
No, but we'll move to 2, and then when we come to the whole top 10, we're gonna have like 2 or 3. Because we have same ones on.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna have to, because it's only the 2 of us, that we're gonna have to dig into our top 10. If you want to bring one forward, go ahead.
Well, let's just do that. We'll just go. I'll just say 2, and we'll go through our ones, and then we'll see where we're at when we're making the list.
Okay, cool. We can touch base. I mean, because I have 4 other ones.
Yeah, I have a 6 that is just itching to get in, and a 7 that I might want to talk about. It's funny because my number 9 is one that I really just want to say something about. But anyways, number 2.
Cool.
Edward Scissorhands.
All right. Cool.
Dude, great. I didn't write much about it, but everything that I had to say about it is just, it embodies the film so well. I mean, I'm not saying that about my writing. I'm saying it's great it's a great satirical take on the suburban family, which is great from Burton, who's, I've read sort of a book on him and his thoughts on growing up and how he was always sort of in the kid in the corner,
right,
and his parent,
kind of
exactly,
sheep.
Yep. And that's why he uses so many blacks and whites and stuff like that. But regardless of that, I think it's a great take on what he thinks the suburban family is, and then it looks at how we deal with people that are unlike ourselves. First you sit there and gossip, or you see and stare and think one thing about someone, and then you get to know them and they're different. But excuse me. But liking an odd person only for their talents and then abandoning them, which is basically using them, is what ends up happening to Edward, because he has this extraordinary talent, he has this mystery behind him. So everybody flocks to him because he's basically the flavor of the week. And then you see at the end, as it sort of, he puts his faith in humanity. How all this, your faith in humanity is restored and all that crap. No, but he puts his faith in humanity, which he's never been exposed to before, and he just realizes it's just shit. It all is. Everybody's fake. Everybody has their own hidden agenda, and I think it's a really good take on society in general. It really is. And especially on sort of society now, the way we look at people who are different or stuff like that, and you have your own judgmental, your ways to judge them, but you hide behind your own flaws. You push it on other people, like that horned up lady. That lady just wants to bang everybody. Yep. She gets. Edward doesn't know what she's doing. She's taking her clothes off, and next thing you know, he doesn't know what's going on. So he runs out of the room, and then she's flipping it like he tried to rape her or something. And it's that. But like, I love how in the end, well, actually, obviously that great line where Winona Ryder says, "Hold me," and he just goes, "I can't." Because he got Edward's, he's scissor hands, he can't hold her. Yeah. But it's a good moment. Like, I don't really like Winona Ryder. I hate her when she's that old geezer lady, and she just, you could still hear her voice. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
Quit with the Jodie Foster and just do your own thing.
Are we secretly sexist? No.
No. I mean, dude, I didn't mind Jodie Foster.
I feel like every episode I come on and I bash a female actress. I do like women actresses. I do. Oh, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Winona Ryder either.
I don't know something about her, but anyways, I just love how Edward gets so frustrated with society and basically just says, pardon my French, but fuck it. Yeah. And he just goes on just destroying his own work, which is like, does an artist have a right to destroy his own work? He's got those, those bushes and stuff, just cuts off that one bush's leg and then pops that tire, but yet he can still feel compassion for an innocent animal like a dog when he's sitting on the corner and, when the dog has the hair over its eyes and he just quick snip. Yep. It's like, this guy, you've corrupted this sort of this pure soul. Yep. And yeah, the ending, and how easily we can turn away from something like death, Anthony Michael Hall gets stabbed by Scissorhands and then falls out a window and the whole town's looking at it. And then it's just, they both killed each other. Well, let's all go home now. Yep. And it's just that kind of that funny take on, we, us as a whole, we see so much death anyways. It's like, we're numb to it.
Yeah, it's, that happened. We're going to go back on.
Well, he was a shit face anyway. Yeah. He deserved it. Let's go.
Right, exactly. But like what you said about the, being the judging, an oddity by its cover. It's right. It really rings close to me. I always felt like you know, little different. I got tattoos. I've always, you know, as a kid in high school that wore the black, you know, stuff. And I'm not a goth by any means. But
goth.
I was not goth. I never wore trip pants.
Did I ever tell you about that one time I thought I saw you?
Oh, God.
Do you remember this story?
I'm John C. Reilly, and now what?
I'm walking home from school on the last day of school, right, from East.
Okay.
So I was probably a freshman, so you must have been, what, sophomore?
Yeah, you were in Siskiy's grade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, no. Yeah, I was a sophomore. Yeah,
yeah. So I'm walking home, and I could have swore... So I knew of you, but I didn't know you personally, and I could have swore, like, you're sticking out of, like... a sunroof or a window or something, like, yeah, and you just like throw a can of something on the sidewalk, and I'm like, oh shit, I think I know that guy.
I think that's a real thing that happened. Like, it was me.
I don't know what it was, what the can. I always thought it was a beer can, but I don't think it can't be. No way you're driving. This isn't the freaking 80s where you drink a beer and throw it out the window.
I was driving though.
No, you weren't driving.
Yeah, because
to be honest, it might have been. Pattis's car. I don't know if he.
It was my friend. No, my friend Travis had a sunroof on his car.
Okay, that could have been it then.
And it was like our crew car. We all drove in the Romper Stomper. We called it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have swore it was you. I don't know
go.
why I just brought that up now.
No, that's great. No, it's good. It's good. It's all coming out now. But yeah, no, like I was saying, it's the whole premise of the movie. It really, I mean, it hits some subjects that are personal to Tim Burton, personal to people that watch it, like myself. And I think, like, at first, I hated this movie.
Really?
I always thought it was like, because everybody in high school loved it.
Well, the goths loved it.
They oh my god, they praised it, and I thought it was just because, you know...
That and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. You go into Hot Topic back then, and that was everything that was there. So I was always like, oh, screw Edward Scissorhands, that movie's stupid. When I, like, you know, I always watched it once, maybe didn't get the, you know, get the overall feeling of the movie. I watched it again when I was matured out. I loved it. It really stuck with me. Catching all the themes, getting the feel of the movie. It's actually their first time working together too, Johnny and Tim Burton too.
Well,
so
it has some great comedy in it too.
Oh, it really does. Yeah.
Remind me who the dad's name is. Who plays the dad? Shit.
It is.
Of course, I'm not remembering, but
where is it?
He is.
He was just. What was the dad's name?
I think I don't remember.
Is it Alan Arkin?
Yeah, Alan Arkin.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Bill.
Yeah, Alan Arkin, great actor.
He is great.
He is hilarious.
Yes.
You know, you can't buy. I hear Edward. I hear you're not charging for your sculptures. Now he got paid with cookies. Cookies. You can't buy. What does he say? Something about you can't buy the essentials of life with cookies. You can't buy a car with cookies, can you, Jim? No, sir, you can't. It's just so good.
And that it makes me think of how Alan Arkin structures his sentence. You can't buy.
Yeah, but he's so great when Kim walks in, Winona Ryder's character, and Edward starts like popping the waterbed and it's spraying all over the place, and Alan, like, the dad, brings him downstairs and starts pouring him, I think it's like some whiskey or something. And he goes, what is this? And he goes, it's lemonade. So he drinks this, right? And he gets all fucked up. And the next day, that horny chick is making fresh squeezed lemonade. So Edward's over there, like, all hungover, and it's like cutting the hedges. And the lady walks over, would you like a nice cold glass of lemonade? And the way Depp says lemonade gets me rolling every time. It's like, lemonade. And he just vomits. It's just funny. But there's so many good. Or, dude, remember when he gets shocked when he's on that TV show? Tell us, Edward, is there a special lady in your life? And he leans forward, and like they have this moment between Edward and Kim, and it's like closing in, nice tight shots, and all of a sudden he just gets zapped, and Anthony Michael Hall is laughing his ass off. Oh man, it's so funny. There's a lot of good comedy.
There is a lot of good comedy in there.
But then it obviously gets serious too.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, but I will say one thing. Back to the goth stuff and Hot Topic people. We love you as listeners, so stay with us. But
do we have any?
Maybe.
Hopefully, we
need to stretch our audience.
Yeah.
But
we're doing an all goth episode next week.
Yeah, Tim Burton did not direct A Nightmare Before Christmas.
He did not.
Henry Selick, my man, and
poor guy doesn't get the credit for it. Mm-mm. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's Tim Burton's film." No, it's not. I
saw Frankenweenie. You ever see that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, man, it
the animated
really,
one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it really plays in your heartstrings in the beginning, and it just loses focus at the end. It turns into like this big monster movie, which is what they were going for. But I think if they just kept it simple with kid and his dog, I think it would have been so much better.
It's disappointing when movies do that. It was when they have something going so well.
Yeah.
And they
oh man, and I was invested the first and second act, and also the third act comes, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it's just, but anyways,
for sure,
it was okay.
Yeah.
Your one?
My one is probably your one.
Oh, let's do this.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Dead Man's Chest.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I was like, what?
No, are you kidding me? Curse the Black Pearl is so good.
It's
a long movie, too.
Is it?
It's 2+ hours, I think. And you know what's great about it? You can always tell a great movie by its runtime. And if you have no idea that thing ran over 2 hours...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's awesome. Is it over 2 hours?
2:23, close.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, no, for sure. I definitely wouldn't have... Like, remembering the movie, it didn't feel that long. And you're right, that's a sign of a good movie. I mean, Lord of the Rings, for example, those movies are so long, but people were so ready to be invested because it didn't feel like you were... Yeah. Even going to the extended editions, almost 4 hours for a movie, like... Oh, yeah. Totally worth it because they did it right. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's good with this movie. But, I mean, what can you say about Jack Sparrow? That character will go down in history as one of the biggest, pop culture icons from a movie of this, the last 20 years.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it came from an amusement park.
Right.
And Johnny made it his own.
Right.
They originally wanted something completely different.
They showed the producers the dailies, and they're like, no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. And they finally let them do what Depp wanted to do, and it became a freaking Jack Sparrow spree. Like, it turned me into a pirate for a couple summers, man. Like, it literally did. I have pirate boots still.
Everybody wants to be him. Yeah. No, it's such a charismatic performance and character he gave us, and this is where you see an actor really come into his own. I mean, it sucks to say it, but he's never going to live this down. This is going to be his pinnacle, I think. I mean, he hasn't really done much lately, but still, this is Johnny Depp's character. It's him, and the movie's great too. I mean,
dude, it's an absolutely insane ride, and that is a pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jack Sparrow, like you already said it. Dude, this guy is one of my favorite characters of all time. Mm-hmm. You know, the way he lanks and stumbles about all the time. He's got such charisma. But then you have Klaus Badaltz in association with Hans Zimmer. The way the score plays so well with the world of the pirates. Mm-hmm. So you have Sparrow's gallivanting theme. You have the Evil Pirates music, and then you have the Port Royal sound, and then the swelling theme of the open seas. It's like, dude, you got it all wrapped into one, and that's why my Pandora movie scores radio is just packed with Pirates of the Caribbean because it's just, you have so many different things. You got that quick sweeping music, and then you have that really inspiring sound, like when he comes in with that sinking ship. Yep. Yeah. And you think this character is just you think he's just the greatest guy, and then jumps down and the ship's sinking. He's bailing out water, but
and that's the great thing about that character is that he's not perfect,
right?
But like.
Oh, he's a scumbag to everybody, even his buddies.
He is a scumbag, but yet he's just reeking with this charisma that you want to be him still. Like, you want to be Captain Jack Sparrow.
Throw some eyeshadow on me, give me some dreads, pirate hat, I'm all for it,
dude.
Give
that
me
British pirate accent on. Let's do it.
Give me a pistol with a single shot, and I'm ready to go.
So great. But like you were saying, the soundtrack is everything, and going back to one of our other top 10s, the soundtrack one. I mean, it really
listen to that because we had some trouble with the stupid copywriters, and we had 40 views, and now we have 4. So please go back and listen.
It was
to
a good it was a good fun episode,
oh,
and it brings up the topic again here with how important a soundtrack is for a movie. Like, I don't know, this is a knock at you, Damon. I don't know how you can't I don't know how you don't pay attention to that stuff. Like, it's just such an essential.
Whoa, now you have to elaborate.
Oh man, he told me I don't really care about that stuff. I'm like, because we talked about it, about like that top 10. I don't really care about soundtracks to movies. What, dude? You like music? Like, I don't know.
Dude, okay, here's a great Damon. If you're listening, listen to me right now. All right, turn this up. Turn this up right now. There is a scene in The Departed, Damon's all-time favorite movie, which is a knockoff from a different movie.
Japanese
what is it?
Korean film.
Yeah, it's. I know it, but anyways, there is a scene where Vera Farmiga and DiCaprio start doing it, and they play Comfortably Numb in the background, which is set so perfectly to that scene. It's set so perfectly with those characters. It is insane that you cannot understand that song and picture all goes together.
Yeah.
And I'm running out of things to say. Do you have that?
I don't. Where is it? It was on the tip of my tongue too.
Yeah, I almost bought it. It's
frickin' F word.
Either way, I think
I'm just gonna Google it.
I love how Pirates of the Caribbean is. It's an over-the-top film, but not so much that it takes you out of the picture. You know what I mean? Like, the story as a whole is phenomenal and moves along quite well for a Disney film that's, based on a theme park ride. Infernal Affairs. Yep.
Boom.
I bet you they still have that at Barnes & Noble. I almost bought it because it was like 25% off or something.
Oh, nice.
Still a little too rich for my blood, but I was about to pull the trigger on it. But anyways, Damon, there's your nugget alert for today. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
But anyways, dude, yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. I still own the original DVD, 2-disc, I think. Please tell me it's widescreen. I hope it's widescreen. But anyways, I bought it used for 10 bones because I bought Pirates of the Caribbean on VHS, and then I had to catch up with the time. So John Boy Mashinsky sold me his copy for $10 flat. And I still have it. It's the only one I have. I don't have it on Blu-ray.
Really?
No, I don't.
Can't give it up, huh?
I actually bid recently on it, and I lost. I bid $1.32, and I think the winning one was $4. So
really,
I lost out on that one bad.
eBay?
Yeah, $4 for a Blu-ray.
Not bad. I gotta get on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been doing family videos side shows.
Oh wait. Oh dude. All right, we're sidetracked. We have time though.
Yeah, we got time. There's just 2 of us.
I'm
got a file right here.
Yeah, what's that first one you got there? Down
one?
here. Check it out, man.
What?
Got it.
How much was it?
$10.
What?
Yeah, the Good Dinosaur, $10.
I'm waiting for Hateful Eight to go down in price because they have tons of copies of it. I know they're gonna start selling it, but that is good. Did you like this movie, right?
Oh, I love that movie.
Good.
I love it. And actually, I'm bidding on a poster right now. It's really hard to find. Do you remember when they were first releasing The Good Dinosaur and they had the green dinosaur outline?
Yep.
With the hand through it.
Yeah.
So the human hand going inside the dinosaur. Yeah, I'm currently bidding on that one, and I think I got about 4 days left to see on that one.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully you get it.
Yeah, dude. It'll grace the backside of my movie room door, which would be awesome to have because you can't find it. Like, I cannot find that print
Those
anywhere.
are my favorite things, are to find like those rare like movie posters. Like, I mean, that's not a typical Star Wars movie poster right there, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Or like what we were saying, like this Beauty and the Beast one, the simplistic ones.
Right, yeah. I mean anything that you really think that looks cool. It's weird because I think the biggest one is the Fireflies.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest one, the hot seller, but I don't know, for some reason that print just really gets me. I really love that.
This is like a dope Pan's Labyrinth print I want to buy.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Actually, I don't know. I want to get the steelbook of Pan's Labyrinth because I don't own it at all.
No.
And I've been waiting for the right version, and they have this purple steelbook with the eyes from Canada, from Best Buy Canada, I think it is. It's a Mondo steelbook, and I think Canada and the U.S. are actually in the same region, so you can play a Canadian Blu-ray on American.
Oh man, that's so cool!
Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Look it up, people, because this is sweet, and now I want it too.
So should we rank these?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, we know what number 1 is. Did you have anything else to say about Pirates?
You nailed it. It's a great film.
I mean, it turned me pirate. So
it turned you and everyone else pirate. To this day, still people. I mean, I know they're still making the movie, but still to this day, people are Jack Sparrow for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
I've been bleeding this whole time, everyone.
Wow.
Look at this. Don't know what happened.
Dude. Mosquito bite?
I don't know. I don't remember being bitten. That's cool.
I'd just like everyone to extend some prayers for my brother Trace here, who's going in to get his teeth pulled tomorrow.
Frick.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow morning. I'm really nervous. I might not make it, so this might be.
It seems like it's like that Hayden Christensen movie when he goes underneath, like he gets put under.
Awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's awake the whole procedure, like open heart surgery.
Yep. That would be what'd you have at 2?
I had What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Okay, I had Scissorhands, and Gilbert Grape for me was at.
I think Scissorhands should be 2 because it was my original number 4.
All right.
What'd you have Sleepy Hollow though? Wasn't Sleepy Hollow 3 for both of us too?
It was, so we can do this. We can do Sleepy Hollow 3 and Gilbert Grape 4.
Boom.
Let's see here. Now we're on 5. I have Finding Neverland next.
5 was Blow for me.
Do you have anything else in your top 5?
Technically, Platoon made it because of
okay.
You having Edward Scissorhands higher.
So Finding Neverland versus Blow. Up for grabs, really. I mean, I know
you could take you could take it.
All right. Then we'll put Blow
at. Had a lot more awards backing it.
Let's do 6 Blow.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
What else? 7 is all my top 5's in here.
Technically, all my top 5s are in there too. Platoon would be the only one.
Oh shit, Donnie Brasco! I forgot about that.
Well, yeah, throw that in there. That's the original top 5 for you.
Okay, all right, Donnie Brasco, and then 8. You want to do Platoon?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we have 9 and 10. Which we have nothing else to choose from, correct?
Yeah, so we got to talk about some...
6, I had Ed Wood. A really quirky Tim Burton movie about the worst director in history, so they claim. I don't believe that, but this guy would...
something going for him if he was that relevant, you know what I mean?
Right. But yeah, I met Bela Lugosi and started a string of just crummy movies that he would do one take and cut. And he also had this thing where he liked to dress in women's clothing.
Really?
Yeah, so he was kind of weird like that too. But the movie is black and white. It's like I said, it's that quirkiness that you get out of Ed Wood as Depp as Ed Wood. I think it's a really interesting movie to watch if you like movies. It's one of those, but I think overall I think Ed Wood is just it's a movie that I think people might have heard of, but not really paid too much attention to.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I know about the movie, just never got around to seeing it. I guess it didn't really pull me in that much.
So what, Ed Wood at 9?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. What do you have at?
Like I said, mine are reaching because 7 I had Rango.
Okay, I didn't actually ever see that. I saw bits and pieces of it.
It was actually it was pretty straightforward. It was a little different for like an animated film, but I liked it. I mean, it got where you get Gore Verbinski together with Johnny Depp
yeah.
again.
They actually came up with that, I think, on the set of one of the Pirates movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And well, the CGI is fantastic, and the story's pretty good. I mean, it's a Western, but they're all animals, animal perspectives. So, I mean, I liked it. What else do you have on your list?
I have Public Enemies.
Public Enemies. Yeah.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape's already on there, but Once Upon a Time in Mexico, I just gotta say.
Really?
You didn't like that movie?
I don't like that movie.
Shit, dude.
I'm a big Desperado fan.
Dude, it's scattered across the board, and here's why I think a lot of people won't like it. One, the story is so mixed up, you have no idea what's going on, and then two, Johnny Depp is like the definite. I love that movie because when he gets his eyeballs ripped out, and he's telling the kid is like basically his eyes, and he's got those guns and he's got those sunglasses on and the blood coming down, and he's got all black on. He is the epitome of cool.
It is cool for sure.
But, and he steals the show from the original Antonio Banderas. Yeah. It's like, where do you go?
For sure, I agree. I mean, but it like the whole as a movie as a whole, it's just so over.
Well, it was like something about like some sort of Mexican.
Have you ever seen
uprising or something?
Have you seen Desperado?
Oh, I love Desperado.
Seen El Mariachi?
I've seen El Mariachi, but I like Desperado better.
Desperado's way better, but sure. But it's a hard follow because I love Desperado so much.
Yeah, I love Desperado. Like I said, the story gets so convoluted.
But yeah, he is cool. I mean just the scene of him shooting.
It's a reason why he's on the freaking cover.
It's pretty cool.
Like sure. That, like he's looking down.
You can't deny it.
That is a freaking action moment I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
But 10 is Dead Man. I don't know if you ever saw that one. It's a Jim Jarmusch. It's a western.
Yeah,
slow burn, but it's good. He's a meek, and then he kind of goes up and.
My 9 is a curveball, and I don't know if you've seen the movie. And obviously, it's not his movie, but he is in it a lot. Tusk.
Oh, I haven't seen. Dude, I've been. I wanted to buy the signed version from the Kevin Smith's website.
It's such a out there movie, but it's like, I don't know. There's parts of it that I get really into. It's weird. I mean, it's super weird. But there are some. He plays this French detective in the movie. And hardly recognizable. He's got this whole getup, but he's actually he wasn't even billed in the movie, but he's in a good chunk of the movie, like the whole second half. Really? Yeah.
That's great. I did see that on his IMDb.
And it's funny because he's playing the same character in Yoga Hoosers, Kevin Smith's next movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because he's doing a Canadian trilogy or something.
Yeah.
Something weird. But I threw that in there because
I'm actually down, to be honest with you. I want to say Public Enemies, Michael Mann, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Shot some in Oshkosh.
Were you there for it?
I was there on the campus when it happened, and I actually tried to get. I think I had work or something. Yeah. No. No, we were in high school when that happened.
Yeah, we were, because it was like 2000. Well, no, I think it was 2009, maybe 8. So you were in high school.
I was in high school still. Yeah, that's right. How did I? You know what? Yeah, I think the next year then I had talked to somebody about it, and that's when
you were right. 2009. So yeah. So you were in high school for 2008.
No. I graduated in 2008.
Oh yeah. Well then.
I would have been on campus.
Yeah, you're right. Then you might have been.
That's right. But yeah, but I think. I think it's a great period piece, beautifully shot by Dante Spinotti, who did L.A. Confidential, Heat, The Insider, and I think it's a little bit of a slow burn, but it's truly engaging for someone who knows little of John Dillinger.
Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't find the part where they shot it in Oshkosh, but...
Oh, you couldn't?
No, I couldn't find it.
It's like a super small scene.
Yeah, I know, I figured.
It's like really you had to go through all that, but I mean that's
but it's cool though. It is cool
for sure.
But yeah, that was my 7. But honestly,
let's do it.
But I like Rango. You know what I mean? Like
Rango?
From what I watched and the Rattlesnake and
I'm cool with either. I mean, we both have Public Enemies.
Well, why don't we go to the Wood?
Let's go to the Wood. That's always good.
What do you want for Rango? Because that's I think what we're.
Let's go top.
All right, we'll go top side Wood for Rango. Bottom. Freaking A. Public Enemies.
Freaking A. So that's 10.
Yep.
I had Secret Window in there, but I was like...
Oh, I kind of forgot about it, but didn't really...
It's like, I don't know.
It's not that great.
It's not that great. It really isn't.
So I'll do 10 through 6, you do 5 through 1.
Yep.
All right, so now in our top 10 shows, top 10 Johnny Depp films. Number 10, Public Enemies, Just Beat Out Rango. Number 9, Ed Wood. Number 8, Platoon, Curveball. I like it. Number 7, Donnie Brasco. And number 6, Blow.
All right. Rounding off the top 5, we got Finding Neverland. What's Eating Gilbert Grape at 4. Sleepy Hollow at 3. Edward Scissorhands at 2. And number 1, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Boom.
Come on.
Roasted.
Yep. Great film. Great list. I like the curveballs in there.
It was fun.
Good stuff. Let's see here. What's the laundry list we have to go over? Please check out Film Eat Film because we're trying to get this going. Only other movie debate podcast out there besides... What is that other movie fights?
Yeah, movie
Screen
fights.
Junkies.
Screen Junkies. Yeah.
That's big though. We're never gonna take them down, but we can dent it. I'm looking for 30 views this week. Colin C. Wells versus Joey J. Neemy. It's gonna be off the hook. Look for that dropping this weekend. Check out other videos, especially our none of our top 10 shows, top 10 soundtracks. Right?
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yep, we got that taken down. It was a huge push. Thank you for listening so much. That 2-hour-long Star Wars one that has quite a few views.
Does it really? Wow.
I'm dropping a 1-minute inspiration come tomorrow, and it's going to be on Dennis the Menace, the 1993 film. So please check that out. For all you 90s lovers, for all you 90s kids, check that out because it's coming. It's coming hot. We're going to do it right. Trace, anything to plug?
Yeah, check out some of our old Real Frame of Mind videos too.
Definitely.
Let us know if there's anything on those you guys like to see. We definitely want to bring more content for you this summer. So we're up to do whatever our viewers want to see. So we definitely like to hear some feedback. And spread the word. Just word of mouth is always the best way to help us out. So, I mean, just tell your friends, share our videos. Do us a favor. Yeah.
Yeah. Comment, like, subscribe, share, everything like that. You guys are the best. That's why we keep doing this. So remember, match in the gas tank. Boom, boom.